Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? Yo, it's Saturday, it's cold out here today. It done snowed and some more shit, nigga. Not the snow that I was actually looking forward to. I think we're supposed to get that tomorrow and Monday morning or whatever, man. But it is a little bit we did get a little, you know, little bit of snow. So yeah, that's what it is. But peep game, we gotta get into this shit, man. And that is Man, like I said, man, I have a lot to unpack about this Wilder situation and just how negligent people are of reality. It's problematic, man. It's very much so problematic. I um I can't understand it for the life of me, man. I just can't. I heard a few people say something about it, but I didn't put too much thought into it because I was just like, nah, ain't nobody that just out of their mind. Come to find out that these motherfuckers is flat out of their mind, man. I mean, what would possess you to say that a secret society has it out for Deontay Wilder? And why didn't this secret society have it in for Deontay Wilder when he was still ranked number 1 and 2 in the within the rankings and within the WBC after 2 systematic brutal knockout losses? Like how does that work? How does that even begin to make sense? You know what I'm saying? And this is why it's so problematic when you try to conflate nationalism and sociopolitics with with sporting events or whatever. It's a time and place for it. I'm not saying don't ever in your life conflate the two, but I'm saying you still have to exercise a certain level of diligence when you do it and thoroughness when you do it. Because when you go into these spaces and you just expect a nigga, oh, that's the black man right there, the black man, the black man, the black man, the black man, and everything is just the black man, and they like I said before, they manipulate you niggas with nationalism and you know what I'm saying, and and sociopolitics and all that shit. They manipulate y'all with that shit, man. So when he gets exposed for not being who it is that y'all thought he was, is somebody that's out to get him as opposed to his ineptitude as a fighter. It's never his fault. So his shortcomings are never his fault. Somebody's out to get him. They have it out for him. They have it out for him. It's stop Wilder by all means, even though there's been no heavyweight of his of his magnitude in the in the American landscape in years. You can't say Samuel Peters, you can't say James Toney, you can't say these dudes because they did. I mean, just even though they're better, they're better and they're more accomplished fighters, man. I don't think they had the super push behind them that Wilder does. You dig? Or what they tried to turn that man into, and it just got to a point where it's just like they're just so far beyond reality right now that they won't stop at nothing. Just nothing is out of the realm of possibility. Nobody is exempt of wrongdoing. Nobody is exempt of finger pointing and placing the blame on when it comes to Deontay Wilder. For all of these people who have pushed conflated, sociopolitics with boxing, they turned their back on other fighters. Chris Colbert in particular. They celebrate when Chris Colbert got knocked out by Rayo. They ran and said, yo, oh man, Rayo got robbed by Chris Colbert. Now, I have no doubt in my mind, had he never said the shit that he said about Wilder, they wouldn't feel like that. They'd feel like that win over Rayo was just. They feel it was just, and they'd be playing the violin after he got knocked out by Rayo, if he was pro Wilder in that Glovegate bullshit. He'd have more of a support system, but because he ran off, and got on that type time, you dig, everybody just viciously turned their back on him. The brethren, I'm looking at y'all like y'all just the pedestal that y'all put this nigga on is just words can't explain it, man. So now we get to a point where it's a skull and bones, Illuminati secret organization within the confines of boxing to have it out for him. Never mind Daniel Kinahan and The Irish mob had it out for Deontay Wilder, so they was able to smuggle Anvil through the Nevada State Athletics Commission's scope and get that shit in Tyson Fury's glove, despite JD's being in the room, the dressing room with him to watch his hands get wrapped. Never mind all that shit. You did just that. That's what happened when it comes to these niggas, because they just can't cope with the fact that the years they spent, the emotion that they spent spent on this dude over a multitude of years is faint, is vague, because he's never been who it is that he was propagated to be. He wasn't, and he could have been had he exercised some work ethic, bro. Listen, there are people who start playing basketball late. There are people who start doing a multitude of things. There's people who start dancing late. There's people who start football late. There's people just for recreational activity. Just for recreational activity. Man, let me start doing this. People come into consciousness late, but they become very astute in what it is that they're studying, and they're able to articulate it on a scholarly level. So you starting something late doesn't justify you looking the way that you look. There's no excuse for Wilder coming into the gym late, and you just because you're talking about in 10 years, you could cultivate a very high level of skill in whatever it is that you do, especially when you're getting paid to do it. You're getting paid to do it, and just I don't get how we could. Oh my, it's ridiculous, bro. Like it's sickening. It's sickening. It's sickening. I just can't fathom it, man. I literally came across Hood Boxing or whatever his name is, man. And like I said, I was dismissive of what niggas was saying as it pertains to these secret societies. I was like, nah, ain't nobody. And come to find out, it's really a dude in his heart of hearts who believe that the CIA and the Alphabet Boys and all that shit got it out for Deontay Wilder. This dude literally came out and said that, yo, man, it's the secret society that got it out for Wilder. How is he dropped from number 1 to number 3 in 2019 all the way to number 9? Or some wild shit like that. Never mind the fact that the dude has lost 3 out of 4 matches in his last 4 fights. He's lost 3. And it wasn't like they were competitive losses. Fury beat the shit out of Deontay Wilder over a 2-year time span. 3 or 4 if you ask me, because I don't think Wilder won that first fight. So Fury fucked this nigga up. He comes back, he does what he does to Robert Helenius. All right, kudos to that. I'll give him credit for that, because Robert Helenius was ranked highly within the division. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. But then you come back and you look god awful against Joseph Parker, and you niggas think that he's supposed to occupy a top spot within the division when you got Anthony Joshua doing what it is that he just did. Hergovich is undefeated. Zhilei Zhang just stopped goddamn Joe Joyce. Joseph Parker just beat the shit out of Deontay Wilder for 12 rounds straight. Jared Anderson is doing his numbers. Jake Cabiel just won a fight that he was he was touted to lose, man. Like, he was the underdog going into that fight, and he has a win over Derek Chisora, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? Usyk and Fury, they're the only 2 champions in the division. Daniel Dubois just did what he did to Jarrell Miller. It's a multitude of fights. Frankie Sanchez. It's a multitude of fighters who are putting in proper road work just for you to sit here and feel like Wilder deserves a top spot within the divisions and within the divisional rank standings or whatever. What reason could you possibly give me that would justify that? And he says something along the lines of Lomachenko is still up in there. Now, granted, he did clean it up with, slightly what he said. Lomachenko's been performing excellently or whatever, and he gave a valiant effort even in loss. That's the reason as to why he deserves to be where it is that he's at. After he lost to Teofimo Lopez, Nakatani, he went and battered Nakatani, Richard Comey, went off to war, came back and beat Jermaine Ortiz. Those are three very good wins within the division. Three very good wins, man. Nakatani was fresh off of a fucking knockout win over Felix Verdejo. What are we talking about here, man? Richard Comey he wasn't a champion at that time, but he was still he was still a respectable opponent within the division. And Jermaine Ortiz, I mean, just that was his debut fight in the division or whatever, man. But that's, he proved his worth in that fight. He's still fighting high quality opposition. And then you go in there and he fights Devin Haney. And in my personal opinion, he beat him. In a lot of people's personal opinion, he beat him. Yes, he deserves to be high within the rankings because he's still fighting the fights necessary to put him in that position to be in, to put him in them, to put him in them rankings. Yes, it's logical. You dig? Why Lomachenko is ranked the way that he's ranked. It makes all the sense in the world. But you expect Deontay Wilder to remain number one, top 5 in the division after losing 3 of his 4 last fights. 2 by brutal knockout, 1 in just, in lopsided fashion, bro. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? What are we doing? You dig? This, like, bro, y'all, man, I respect wokeism. I do. I'm one of them. But y'all got to get back to a point where, this can't be it, Brody. This can't be. We can't. This can't be it. This can't be life right now. Reality just does not matter with y'all niggas, man. A skull and bone society is holding Deontay Wilder back. And the kicker is, they trying to make him fight Zhilei Zhang. They trying to make him fight Zhilei Zhang. Like, yo, man, that ain't fair. They trying to get him up out the paint, bro. So is he not supposed to fight the other ranked contenders in the division? Is he just not supposed to do that? He's just supposed to stay on easy street and go back to fighting 489 ranked fighters in the division. He shouldn't have to fight goddamn Zhilei Zhang. Don't nobody want to fight him. That ain't even true. That's not true. What you talking about? Zhilei Zhang is in the scope for Anthony Joshua. But because Deontay Wilder lost, he ain't supposed to fight Zhilei Zhang, and he's entitled to an Anthony Joshua bout. After he got his ass beat. Now, I've said it once, I say it again. I want that Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder fight more than anything. I want that fight. I'd rather him fight Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather that happen. But he isn't obligated to fight Deontay Wilder after no goddamn after he just got the shit beat out of him by a dude that he beat years ago. No. You dig? Now, I mean, you'd have a better argument with saying he's coming off a loss. Why are y'all trying to put him in there with Zhilei Zhang? Why not give him a confidence boosting fight like they did with Anthony Joshua? And I think that'd be fair. Because Joshua didn't look the best against Jermaine Franklin or Robert Helenius. He didn't. He didn't look the best. So you'd be better off making that argument right there instead of pouting about him fighting Zhilei Zhang. Because that right there is telling me, bro, y'all just, that's letting me know y'all are looking for a cash out. Y'all ready to cash him out. Because there's no reason why you should be feeling some type of way about him fighting a Zhilei Zhang. He's this is what we've been asking. Fight the top fighters ranked within the division. Go fight them dudes. Yes, I want to see you fight them dudes. And if you lose, it is what it is. It comes with the territory of boxing. Every fighter is not meant to be undefeated. They're not supposed to finish their career undefeated, man. 99% of boxers lose when they fight at the highest level. It is only a chosen few who go through a career undefeated. What exactly are y'all trying to ask of these fighters, bro? It's ridiculous. You will sit here and I can't believe the shit that I'm hearing, man. He's not supposed to fight Zhilei Zhang. Not for reasons as to why you would think that he should not be fighting a Zile Zhang. Not because he's coming off the laws, but because nobody want to fight Zile Zhang, and I don't want to see my man go in there and fight Zile Zhang because don't nobody want to fight Zile. Just dumb shit like that, bro. Dumb shit like that. Man, it's disgusting listening to you niggas, bro. Like, how do you get platforms? How do you gain followings? And I'm not mad because, it gives me shit to talk about. You dig? It gives me shit to talk about like I'm doing now. So I'll go and I'll give you a view. I'm not going to subscribe to your channel. I can't do that. Even though I should. I definitely should. Because, the shit is laughable. And, I know I'm going to have something to talk about once I hear your thoughts on whatever it is that you're speaking about, man. But I'll give you a view. That shit doesn't bother me. Yeah, take the view. I got you. Because I want to hear everything you're saying so I can work on debunking it. Brody. Like, come on, man. It's just reached, ridiculous proportions, man. He shouldn't have to fight Zile Zhang now. He don't need to fight Zile Zhang. Nah. Fuck that. I don't want to see him fight Zile Zhang. You did. Give us the Wilder and Joshua fight. Joshua ain't supposed to go on with none of his career. He is obligated to fight Deontay Wilder. Because it's the fight that we've been wanting for years. Y'all should have took that $100 million. It hurts. Now the grass ain't always green on the other side. We've been seeing that over the past 5 years with Fury. I'm just saying, man, like just pump, just if Wilder is who y'all believe him to be, he should be able to deal with Zile Zhang. This is the most destructive puncher in the history of the sport. Nobody packs a bigger punch than Deontay Wilder. So he should be able to go in there and place one right on Zile Zhang's chin and comatose that man. He should be able to do that. Because this is the most destructive puncher that boxing has ever seen. Y'all acting the way that y'all act. Maybe not y'all, but, homeboy in particular. You acting the way that you act. You acting the way that you act. Is letting it be known to me that you're not as confident in this dude. Y'all expect everybody to accommodate him and accommodate y'all. There's a reason why the dude keeps going back to the people that he goes back to when it's time to get interviewed. Because he can run that game on them and be vulnerable with them and run, and they're gonna accept it. They're gonna accept it. Y'all are gonna accept it. I didn't even hear no LDBC niggas talk about there's a secret society that got it out for Deontay Wilder. I haven't even heard them say that. So for you to come out your mouth and say that shit is blowing me. Y'all gotta grow up, man. Y'all gotta grow the fuck up. This shit ain't cool. Ain't nothing cute about it. It's ridiculous. It's delusion. It's insanity. Y'all niggas need to be in padded rooms with the straight jackets, my dude. Remember Shorty on Candyman? You dig? He's here. He's under the bed. He's under the bed. He's under the bed. And all that extra shit. Yeah, that's y'all. That's y'all. Only y'all niggas can see Candyman. The motherfuckers, the psych wards and shit, like the motherfuckers, the employees of the psych wards couldn't see that nigga as he floated down from the screen while she laying on the bed. You dig? We couldn't see that shit, but y'all only niggas who can see Candyman. You do. This shit is fucking filthy, man. How ridiculous that y'all. Oh my fucking god, man! I just can't help but laugh to stop from crying. Deontay Wilder fighting Zile Zhang is a good fight. It's a fight that we've been asking him to fight him for all of this time, man. Y'all have just gotten so complacent with him fighting the caliber of competition that he's been fighting, and now that it's he's in a position to really to push the narrative that he's the most destructive puncher in the division. Y'all are scared of, what I'm saying? Y'all are scared to face a certain reality. That Joseph Parker and Zile Zhang is not Arthur Spilka or Luis Ortiz. They're not them dudes. They're not them dudes. They're not Brazil. They're not Bermain Stavern. They're not the dudes. They're a cut above them. They're a step above them. And y'all not ready to see that. Y'all are not ready to find out, because once y'all find out, that shatters the fucking reality that y'all live in. That shatters all of that shit. You can't hide behind it. Nothing you can say. Nothing you can say at all. So if you're gonna argue against Wilder fighting Zhilei Zhang, man, argue the fact that he shouldn't be fighting Zhilei Zhang off of a lopsided and embarrassing loss. Don't argue they want him out because they making him fight Zhilei Zhang. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fight the best fighters in the division when you're deemed to be one of the best fighters in the division. The fuck are you talking about? The fuck is wrong with you niggas, man? Grow up. This shit really boiled down to, man. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. I don't want to see Wilder versus Zhilei Zhang as much as I want to see Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. We're going to talk about Anthony Joshua's next fight as well. I'll do that next when I come about the stove. But I don't want to, I don't mind seeing Wilder versus Zhilei Zhang personally. But what I'm thinking, personally, if you ask me, Zhilei Zhang is going to retire Wilder brutally. He's going to brutally retire him. Or maybe not, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe Wilder just needed to knock them cobwebs off. I could give him clemency and say, yo, man, the dude was off for over a year, and he's only had a minute and a half worth of combat in 2 years. I can give him that. I can give him that. I can give him that. But even then, Zhilei Zhang is still, he's just bad for him, bro. He's bad. He's bad for Wilder. You thought a southpaw and Luis Ortiz was trouble. What the fuck you think you gonna do with someone bigger and better than Luis Ortiz? And hits way harder than Luis Ortiz at this accelerated age that you at, and as inactive as you've been, and with them sticks for legs, bro. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know, if Wilder and Zhang fight, we not getting a Wilder and Joshua fight, because Wilder's gonna get sent to the upper room. I'd salute him for taking the fight, but it ain't, it's not gonna end well for him. But even then, that comes with the territory of being a pugilist, man, being in the hurt business. So don't argue in defense of Wilder because it's Zhilei Zhang that he's about to fight, or they're trying to get him in there with Zhilei Zhang. No, don't argue on that. Damn, who that? Don't argue in that defense. Damn, who this? Don't argue in that defense, man. Argue that it's unfair that he has to fight a fighter of this magnitude off of an embarrassing loss. That's a better argument. Other than that, man, y'all dudes look foolish getting mad that he's about to fight Zhilei Zhang. But, just, my fucking God, man. You dudes stress me. Y'all stress me. So, yeah, man. I'm not mad if he fights Zhilei Zhang. I salute it. Even though I think it would be fair if he went and got a confidence-boosting fight after that embarrassing loss to Joseph Parker 2 and 3 weeks ago. That's how I'm feeling about it, though, man. I get with y'all later, man. Y'all, I'll be back after I get out of the stove. Doses.